What's up, people? Welcome back to another video. This time I'm gonna go over more news from last night's dev stream. So there's a lot of informations about the DLC 2 and then the future update. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. There's a lot of information, so I couldn't really make this video when I was streaming last night. I think they had this live stream while I was streaming. So yeah, now I'm gonna talk about it. And without being said, let's get right into it. So this is basically they just show more like details for the upcoming DLC that will most likely drop later tonight. And last time they posted the exact same thing, but the I think they changed some of the wording, but we did not get to see the villain. So this time we're actually able to see the villain. It is very interesting. So instead of talking about what was the God of Destruction, but it's actually a weapon. I think he has a weapon that has that amount of power to destroy. So, which is interesting. I thought it was some sort of bot, like the sword golem, but apparently it's actually the weapon that he wields. And we didn't even get to see this character in the previous where they shown. Now moving to the next screenshot, which they show 4 different lords. That's what they call it. They all gonna try to hunt down Atlas for whatever reasons. So yeah, we'll find out later. It's gonna be very interesting, especially these 4 like lord design. It's insane. They all look like those like archangel or some sort, but it is very cool design for sure. So in the next 2 screenshots, they're gonna show individual for these lords. So some of the character like in depth, but certainly has a lot of interesting design. But they all seems like just want to hunt down Alice for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll probably see them in action in the DLC. Other than that, yeah, it's kind of awesome to see a close pick, because damn, like look at all these design. I don't know if they're like divine beast type. Once you complete a story, you might be able to fight them as divine beast. It is definitely possible. It is gonna be very fun to fight them because they look amazing. We don't have like human type enemies that much. It's mostly monsters in this game, but except the arena. But now we have these type, like the technically human type, but we'll just have to see what kind of combat styles they have, and it's gonna be very interesting. Now, that character with the whip, it is definitely interesting. I know they have like translation for the character names, but I'm not gonna put it in there because I don't know if that's actually what they call. So just have to wait and see in the DLC when they release. Because last time when Rogu was the character, but somehow the translation got it differently, and so yeah, this time I'm just gonna call them like the lords instead of just name them, because I'm gonna wait till the DLC actually drops and then to see their actual name. So moving on to this screenshot, it shows the main villain. He looks absolutely sick. Man, like their outfit is insane. That'll be nice if we can actually have them. But the brief description for this guy is basically the weapon that he possesses. He can destroy the human realm or world, whatever you want to call it. But it is a very powerful weapon, and they're actually hunting down Alice as usual, because you can technically see it, that little screenshot. So he's probably the lore, the main leader, since the other 4s are beneath him, and we'll just have to see how it goes, because this guy might be some fun fight. But that lance, that reminded me of like one of the games someone was using the similar one, but I don't remember which game it was. But it is absolutely insane design, like his armor and his look, all that stuff, that's definitely make him look like a villain type easily. But like so far, out of all the character designs, these 5 characters, they stand out the most. Like these guys are literally like the if you watch the anime, it's like the War of Underworld, those type of guys. But yeah, it's gonna be insane. I can't wait to see what they have and what they have offer. I can't wait to fight them. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, the next screenshot I'm gonna talk about is that in the description they say that this will be 100 floor randomized dungeons. So in other words, it's basically, I hope it is the floor from the previous SAOs. So it is 100 floors or whatever. Like the thing is, it is actually randomized, and they did talk about character will get lost in there. So that is definitely sounds like floors to me. But I want to know if it is like where you once you beat the game, you can go in there and do what you do, like the old SAO games where you go through the dungeons, maybe you get some good loot. And that thing only exists in the DLC too, so you will not be able to access this thing outside of it. And other than that, that's pretty much it for the info for the that 100 floor, that randomized floor. Because like I'll have to actually find out in the DLC. They only gave us like a briefly description for it. It is 100 floor and it is randomized, so yeah, that sounds just like the old one. But is it gonna be similar to the old one? Like, is it gonna be during story? Like, what happened when you beat it after story? Like, do we get something if we complete all of it? Yeah, that remains unknown. So we'll just have to wait and see when the actual DLC drops. Okay, so the screenshot, it has a lot of information, but I'm gonna go over it in depth. Now they talk about this DLC has like at least 20 hours of water content. If you want to skip everything, it's about 10 hours. The scenario. However, that's not the important part. The most important part is the one that they included the NG plus. So there's multiple endings you have to play through to get the new end, to get like a new ending or something. So you'll be able to play NG plus for a few times at least. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 different endings. So each time you go in, it's gonna get more difficult because like the enemy will get much stronger and will have better chance to get better loot. And once you complete that, like once you go through the story and stuff, you just keep trying out the NG plus and then trying to get a different ending. That is actually very cool. So this only works in the DLC, the Metricaria, but not the other like DLC 1 or story. So this is something we'll pay attention for it once we beat the story first, and then we can go back for NG plus. Yeah, it seems like it is pretty lengthy, and well, I think with NG plus you can skip a lot of stuff. So other than that, yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of different endings they will have. But from looking at the achievement, there will be at least 4 or 5 endings, but it was very hard to tell. So we'll find out more later. Okay, so here is a much more depth of the randomized dungeon. So it is what it seems like. The basically the what's it called, the randomized dungeon floor. So every 20 like floors, it will change the layout. So like from the rock, the forest. So the higher you go, the better loot will drop basically. So assuming there's divine beasts inside the dungeon, but you cannot do this while in the main story. So it's probably afterwards. So I'm guessing this is where the actual floor is taking place. So we actually go up there and fight the lords. So which is very cool. So it seems like hopefully we'll get something good reward. As they say, we will get better rewards. Good, like if you go to like obviously the higher the better. So we'll see how it goes. It will change, like I mentioned, it will change its like layout every 20 layers, and so you'll see a lot of different things, and it's pretty interesting. So with this one, they talk about the new character, the new persona, and the anima. So attack power plus 30% and HP plus 10%. And then the other one, defense power increased the end of the 20%. So that's interesting. However, they did talk about those four lords, or include him, I guess. So basically, they are the bosses will appear in the Matricaria. So I'm guessing they are the divine beasts, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know if they're actually called divine beasts, but I think it is divine beasts according to the DLC one. So the Matricaria requirement levels are level 100 or above when you're starting the story. So assuming that you upgraded some gears and stuff, that's what they talk about. In the last part where it's just like talk about the level required system. Like I don't know if that really necessary, but if that's what they say. Other than that, it's basically like DLC one. It'll be nice if you can get to a certain level before you start. And okay. So the next two screenshots will be the final ones, and I will talk about it very specifically because it is very important. Now this one they shown the 3.10 update coming up in the future, and they'll include 4 new characters: Tia, Premia, Zeliska, and Korea. So yeah, they will be added next update, I assume, or if it is a next update. But we're gonna have a lot of explanation they actually like gave us, like what are those like swords does, when you complete the previous character, like rank 7, they'll give you like a treasure, but we can't really use that yet. So in that next update, we will be able to use it. However, that's where I will talk about in the next screenshot more specifically. And so these are the 4 characters will be add on when version 3.10 comes out. Last but not least, this is the most important detail in the screenshot they talk about in the stream. So here we go. So we will have those 4 characters coming out in the version 3.10. And if we plus 99 for certain, there's 3 different types of weapon. We can plus to 99. I don't know what that is, but a special reward will be added into the arena shop. So that is interesting. Like, what does that mean? It'll be interesting to see which gears we'll be able to upgrade, but I don't think we can do that yet unless there's something we can do ahead of time. But otherwise, we might have to wait till the next update. The last part they talk about, they are adjusting the strongest enemies in this game as for the last part of the game. So yeah, and then the final part at the bottom, it says the last update will be version 3.10. So it seems like this will be the final update for AL. And yeah, it seems like it's come to an end. From what they're saying is that we will get hopefully we'll get 5-star gear by then, or gears. That's my guess, is like you unlock something once you complete that certain things they ask for it. But yes, it seems like version 3.10 will be the final update for AL. Question is, when will it be? So yeah, we'll see. Maybe in a few months or something. But yeah, this game has been like going on for a couple years plus now. So yeah, everything it will end eventually. So we'll just have to see what kind of stuff that will be added into this game as a final product. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they have to offer with the 5-star gear. That's what I really hope. 5-star gears will show up. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for all the infos they shown in the stream last night. It is a lot, I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of things to talk about. It was specifically trying to translate everything into one video is so much. So other than that, nothing's more important than the 100 floors. So we'll definitely get to see the new Divine Beast for sure, and then the 4 new characters, and then the final version of this game, the final update. And yeah, after that, even if they call it final, assuming that is the last one, so that'll be fun if they change it, but most likely this will be a final update. We'll just have to see, like wait and see. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the news, and if there's more updates in the future, I will talk about it. Other than that, I'm getting ready for the DLC stream tonight, and yeah, until next time.